What is going on, Astro fam? I'm going to be giving like a quick dissertation of what the moon sign entails and what the moon sign means like within the realm of astrology. Like when people ask you what your zodiac sign is, like people are generally asking you, what is your sun sign? What is your soul's purpose? Well, when we get into the moon sign represents like the inner version of yourself. The fire of the sun represents like the heat that cannot be contained. So this is an energy that people will generally get from you. Whereas the moon sign represents a more subtle energy that is more laid back and more reserved because it literally represents your shadow. It represents like the inner desires that you have that you don't even express to others, like that you don't know. The moon sign also represents like your home life, like it's very personal to yourself, and it's represented like the moon rules over the sign Cancer. So Cancer is represented by the crab, and it has the hard exterior with the soft insides. So like Cancers are very selective with like wherever you have Cancer placements, like they're very selective with who they give their energy to. So therefore the moon, it doesn't really disperse its energy that often to people that it does not know. And like the way fire or the way light and darkness works is you can't erase darkness even though there's light. So just the same way that the sun is shining on the earth right now, we still have shadows. There's darkness still present. That's the same way your moon sign works. So your moon sign is still operating in the background, but it's just operating from a subtle standpoint. Depending on how well people can see into the shadow realm, like the inner subtle world, because you got to understand that the shadow, it absorbs everything. Like the moon rules over the element of water, so water represents absorption. Like it receives and takes in information, and it's constantly taking in information about its surroundings, and it's constantly like reporting back to your spirit, because the moon represents your spirit, like what's going on. But yeah, so like I was stating, the moon represents like your home life. It represents your family life. The moon also represents like your relationship to like your ancestors as well, just because it's not just your physical family, but it's also your family that has passed on. So this is where it gets into the spiritual realm. So like water signs and fire signs, that they're hyper spiritual elements, and they're the most connected to the spiritual realm out of all four elements. But the moon represents like your ability to intuitively perceive things about your surroundings. Like the moon is directly like connected to the electromagnetic field that we all have access to. We are electromagnetic beings by nature. But yeah, like the moon represents like literally the shadow world, and literally because it's a whole entire world, there's a whole entire persona directly for that. So the moon is literally your persona that you deal with, or that you utilize when you're dealing with the spiritual realm. So whatever sign that you have in the moon, it will tell you like the way that you intuitively interpret information. That's my moon sign general energy. Peace.